Taurus. This one's for you, Taurus. Let me stare at it for a second longer. I think I pulled the wrong decks to clarify. Give me a sec here. I'll put a link in the description. Or not the description. I think I'm going to put a link in the comments. Ooh. An opportunity to be brave and civil and mature this week when reconnecting with an old friend or, God, someone you're estranged to. I was listening to the little Taurus playlist to get into Taurus mode, and there was a song, oh my God, called Sunflower, Michelle Lee, and she's, I don't know who that is, but she said, "What happened to us? We used to be best friends." And something about, how did you get so cold? How did you get so cold? So someone's heart kind of slowly but surely turned to ice, and the friendship or the relationship broke up, but it's something's coming back around again this week, and this hardly ever happens, but the advice is to give them a chance, or to be open to changing your mind about how you see them. Something it's just hearing like, it's not my fault, it wasn't my fault, and you say immediately, yeah, it's your fault. But, or this is reverse. So if this is more, I'm talking for the cross watcher, please go ahead and reverse the roles here. But I'm just hearing someone say, it's not my fault, it wasn't my fault, and you immediately say, yes, it is. But there's a warning against jumping into that or saying anything as an emotional response or almost right away, or it says listen again, or ask them to hear you explain again if it's the reversal. But something might not have been their fault, or something might not have been your fault, and like it's been enough time or something that you can have a civil conversation. And the key here for you with the wolf in reverse as you, which is about wildness, it's telling you to be reserved, to be sensitive, to be traditional, proper, upscale, but not snooty, not better than thou, but it's like be formal. If there's something about the culture and the way you speak to each other that is more formal, this is suggesting kind of that the only way this is going to be worked out, or the only way that you will be able to kind of make it through unscathed, because it is a tender subject, or there's still a lot of heartbreak involved, or boundaries that need to be held. But I think the only way this is going to work is if you treat it like you are kind of two strangers and you speak to each other very formally, and not like you would a best friend or a grandmother or a cousin. I don't know. I'm getting more best friends though because of that song. Like, what happened to us? We used to be best friends, and someone got so cold, and someone else felt backed into a corner. There was pain there. There was someone insisting on living in pain and misery, and someone refused to stay in that vibration or something. That's more the greater, like, kind of spiritual explanation. But what it comes down to is that it's okay to hear someone out, and it's okay to give someone a second chance this week. Or it's okay to be the one to ask for a second chance or initiate a conversation um, in a civil, unemotional, almost not stoic, but sensitive and delicate. It's more sensitive and delicate than cold and reserved and detached. So, not cold and detached, but sensitive, traditional, and formal. Okay, don't try too hard either. Don't try to be judge, jury, or executioner. But if you still have love for each other, then you can work it out. Mercury retrograde, huh? Oh, Mercury retrograde. Okay, so a lot of the cases I was saying, it's just like, nope, no going back, and this is the universe testing you to make sure you learned your lesson. That's not what this is, though. This is something else. Fillmore, and I'm seeing it as like Feelm or E Fillmore. There's some ice that needs to melt here in someone's heart, and it might not be able to start melting until a conversation is had or some acknowledgement of some kind. Stay positive, visualize positive outcomes, okay? For some of you, you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, a Taurus mom or a dad, and there's some sort of chaos that's going on with either your mate or two of your children who maybe they just came out of the womb fighting each other or something like that. A Cain and an Abel sort of like a biblical hatred of each other or something. And you might be able to initiate a conversation or a truce this week. If that's the case, with Sage in reverse there, it, you have to understand that these if they're kids, they're depressed. It's a chaos that's coming from a place of sadness, depression, and feeling unsafe. So be civil to them too. Be sensitive and delicate, even if they're like a rough, miserable teenager or something. Hold your boundaries, but be determined and courageous that this is something that can be worked out so peace can be had in the house or the business or the fraternity or the church or the sorority or whatever it is. But there's a lot of conflicting personalities here. Very conflicting personalities and ideas of how things should be done, what the world should look like. Just very fundamentally different here. So if it is a best friend, it's coming to terms with that and making peace with it and moving forward. But from scratch, from beginning, you're both different people now. So to start back up like a buddy, ha ha, he isn't necessarily going to work for you anymore. Huh. Wait, what's over here? Star in reverse? Huh. Caution. Okay, so if you were with River in reverse, if you were the one that was harmed, or if they literally did something to hurt you and that's why you had to cut them off, you're not going to let that go. It's not your responsibility to relieve them of personal responsibility. Okay, so if you're the one that's saying, what happened to you? How did you get so cold? When did your heart shrivel up into a California raisin? Something like that. Don't let it go, but be compassionate and be willing to hear them out. But that doesn't mean that it makes it okay And maybe that's why you have to start at this very formal, kind of traditional back and forth. But there is a fundamental difference in your religions. One of you may be like more of a spiritualist, and the other is more traditional religion. You know, you go to mass, you baptize the child, and the other person is like, that has nothing to do with spirituality. That has nothing to do with, you know. So I think one of you is a city person, one of you is a nature person, or there's a group of you and it's all the things in between. But this is about second chances and the ability to heal something. Okay, so whether life is giving you a second chance, or you are giving someone else a second chance, or you're initiating a conversation between kids that need to give each other a second chance, it's kind of it's something about what you're doing this week that's going to elevate you. It's going to help you walk through a door that is going to bring freedom to you in some way that has kept you stuck emotionally, whether that be being able to move on and be in a relationship, or even move on and create new friendships. So this friendship might not ever be the same, or this relationship might not ever be the same. But there's love there. And there is a chance. There is a chance. But you have to keep it courteous and calm. Okay, so don't try too hard. Don't be a tryhard. And don't lose your temper. Don't be too stoic so that you're unwilling to hear someone if they feel like they want to give you an apology and an explanation. And if that literal thing happens that I just said, where it's like, it was not my fault, and you say immediately, yes, it was. Or this is the reverse. This is specifically for you, and it's asking you to be open-minded to hear someone out. Or ask them very clearly to hear you out, because there's a misunderstanding. But it won't be solved yelling back and forth and letting it get up here. You need it to be down here. Okay, so don't go wild. Be reserved. Be sensitive. Be open to changing your mind, and be open to changing others' minds too. So that means allowing someone else to change and be different. Okay, but don't let it go. If there was abuse there, it needs to be addressed. But ray of light, as what will help you is visualization, right? Where your where your attention goes, energy flows. I'm so sorry, you guys. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So visualize this being productive and successful, and putting to rest something that was causing a blockage. But stay calm. Okay, the outcome is the bee. So defy gravity here. Maybe all signs point to this never working out, or you never getting back together, or you never being friends again, or you never being on the same team again. And this is saying never say never. Science can almost not explain the bee. So maybe there's no explanation for it other than you really love each other deep inside. And there is a soulmate connection, and there were karmic lessons to be learned on both sides. But that it was over forever doesn't have to be the end of the story. What just fell? Someone's ready to finally tell you the truth. I was shuffling these little cards while I was talking, and this fell out on my shoes. truth, freedom, communication. Perfect. Yeah, confirmation. So, whatever this conversation is, or this second chance that life wants to give you, or that you have an opportunity to give someone else, it will bring freedom. So maybe there was a misunderstanding. Maybe the story wasn't told correctly. Or maybe someone literally just needs to say, I'm sorry I lied. This is what happened. Please forgive me. In a way that honors their spirit and their experience. And if it is a situation where you're a parent and there are lots of different personalities here, or a kind of Cain and Abel rivalry here, communication is the key. Compassion. And remember, the abuse is coming from a place of depression and hopelessness. And I don't know how a teenager could feel anything but that, after the last couple of years. So keep that in mind. The world is a different place, and it's okay to feel differently. How did you get so cold? If it's really important, you can work it out. So a second chance and the ability to heal something and get yourself free. Or get back in touch with someone that you just really love and you never thought it would happen. But miracles happen every day, and this is one just for you. Okay, Taurus? I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for listening. I'm Walker. This is Dance Walker Tarot, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.